Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is John 9000 and welcome to the 5th episode of Trading 2 Informed REUS. So we managed to sell everyone from last episode. Well, not everyone, a majority of the players from last episode. We still got 3 more players to sell. I think it's these 2 Sigurinis and this Kim Don-ki, but we do manage to sell them in this episode, so don't worry about that. And we also managed to pick up our first 2 players and the exact same player, so let's get straight into it. So we picked up a Parolo in the centre defensive mid for 55k, and we're going to try and sell him on for around 69k, because the next cheapest buy now in this particular position was around 72k, so I was just trying to flog it for quite a high price. But then we went and picked up another Parolo like a minute after for 47k, and we're going to try and sell him for 65k, so including tax we made 14k profit on this guy, as we do sell him for this amount, and we made like 7 to 8k on the other one as well, so that's 20k and just 2 players. So we did manage to sell this Parolo and a Kim Don-ki eventually, and then we went and picked up 2 more players now. So we picked up this Sahin for 23.5k in the centre defensive mid position, which the other one I'm going to try and sell him on for around 30k overnight, which you do sell him for, or maybe just 29k, so a k less. Then we went and picked up this Johnson for 26k, and we're going to try and sell him on for around 32k, I think. So including tax we made like 3 to 4k on him, which is great. So we did manage to sell him like overnight, and that Sahin as well, and we managed to sell on the Sigurinis, and I think we made a bit of a loss on these, but it's only like a k or something, so I'm not too bothered. And we did manage to sell on our Parolo as well. So then we went and picked up quite an expensive player, picked up this Williamson, and he was in last week's team of the week, and we picked him up for 120k, and I tried to initially to sell him on for 154k, but we eventually did have to sell him on for around 146k, but we did make like 14k profit on him once he eventually sold, which was like pretty good, to be honest. Then we went and picked up 3 of these Skullisons. Now the only reason I picked these up was because these were going quite cheap, and then like in terms of if you compare it to the next cheapest buy now, which was like 27k, so I just snapped up these 3 players that were going for cheaper than 27k. I tried to list them up for like 23 to 26k, I believe, hoping I'd make like 4 to 5k profit on some of these players, maybe even like 7 to 8 on one of them. But in the end we did have to sell them on for like 21 to 23k, but you know, I still made quite a nice amount of profit on them. So we also picked up that Ferreira for like 15k, tried to sell him on for 17k, didn't make much profit on him. Then we went and picked up this Johnson as well for 23k, and we sold him on for 32k, so we made 7k on him, which is great. So like I said, these Skullisons sold for like quite a bit cheaper than I wanted. I also picked up an extra one as well, but yeah, I did make like 10k on them across the border, and that was great. And then we went and picked up this Camilo for 52k. Now this is a type of player who fluctuates a lot. Like usually he goes like 55k, but sometimes he does go for 60k, and the next cheapest buy now was around 65k, so I sold mine for 63k, and eventually after 3 to 4 hours he sold. And it was the same story with this guy. I picked him up for 56k, even though usually he goes around that mark, but because he fluctuates so much, I picked him up for 56k, and I sold him on for 64k, which is great. And then the final buy is this Coke in a left forward position with Hunter on, and I'm going to try and sell him on for 21.5k after picking him up, should I say, for 18k. But other than that, guys, that's going to be the end of this quite short episode. I hope you did enjoy. If you did enjoy in any way, do leave a like, and make sure you subscribe to see the latest episode in this series and other trading videos on my channel. But until next time, guys, have a great day and peace.